Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Pop-Pop.
I'm Kim. I'm Kelly. I'm Edie. I'm Bunny.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm. But one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you. We've got a beautiful sunny day on our hands. Just got finished with taking care of animals and now we're moving on to the rest of morning chores. And until we get all of our automatic watering lines hooked up, a big chore has been watering these mums. So we're gonna get started with it. I got finished with watering greenhouse number 4 and greenhouse number 5. I'm now in greenhouse number 6. Temperatures are really starting to rise for the day. It's pretty exciting in greenhouse number 6 because we've made some pretty big adjustments to how we're taking care of our strawberries. As you know, we've got our strawberries planted into our gutters and they've been growing like crazy. But one thing we have done is finally hooked up some automatic watering lines. What makes this really nice is it's actually all on a timer, so we don't even need to watch it. The timer will automatically turn on our water and will water both gutter lengths of strawberries. And I'm thinking because we've got everything set up so nicely, we're able to water consistently, we're able to fertilize consistency, the strawberries have benefited from that a lot. Now it gets even better in greenhouse number 6 because not only are the strawberries set up on the timer, but we've now got the tomatoes set up on the timer. So our strawberries and our tomatoes are going to be consistently watered, and the only thing we'll have to do is walk through and check them every day just to make sure everything is working accordingly. For those of you that have not seen some of our recent videos when it comes to the strawberries, a big thing we've been doing is pulling off the blossoms. Some of our strawberry plants are starting to get very large, and now that we've got enough leaves popping out, we're feeling comfortable with leaving some of the blossoms on, so we're not going to pull these off today. But now on some of these smaller strawberries, we will continue to pull the blossoms off because that will encourage the plant to grow a little bit larger, taking the energy away from producing strawberries and putting it into producing more plant so that later down the line we'll have the opportunity to grow even more strawberries. It can honestly seem kind of counterintuitive ripping off the strawberries to get more strawberries, but it is going to work out in the long run. This is a tried and true method. Wow. I'll be honest with you, spending time in greenhouse number 6, it's one of my favorite things to do. Just thinking about all the strawberries that we're going to be able to pick, all the tomatoes that we're going to be able to harvest. Oh, it's going to be fun. It seems like you've got every single planter we own out and about.
I still have plenty more to get out.
Oh no.
I have the 2-row planter to get out, I can get the potato planter out, I can get the transplanter out.
Yeah, but Daniel, that's nice. But what have you been working on today?
I'm planting.
Yeah, but what are you planting?
Well, I'm going to plant the neighbor's corn right now.
Oh, nice. Now, when it comes to stuff that you have left to plant for us, you've already finished off the beans, the corn. What else do we have?
Sweet corn.
We have sweet corn that has to be planted yet. Anything else?
Green beans, yellow beans, and flat beans. And then we have white corn to plant yet. And we have more tomatoes and peppers to plant.
Yeah, but when it comes to using the planters, for the most part, you've just got corn and beans.
Yeah.
Oh, very exciting. Oh, look, there's a princess that's sleeping. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Now that I'm all finished with watering, I got my little helper coming with me. We're heading out to the garden. We're gonna get some spring onions picked.
And then there's the flowers down there. Then here where you're standing. Yeah.
Well, that didn't take very long to get the onions that I needed. They look absolutely gorgeous. You can see the row continues all the way to the top. Now, you do have to be a little careful as you're picking. For one, the ground is a little dry, so when you're pulling them, you don't want to rip the greens off. You want to make sure you grab firmly at the base and pull straight up. Another thing you have to be careful about is some of these onions are a little on the smaller side. Now, they're still good. However, we want to let them grow a little bit more. So we're just being selective on how we pick, and we were able to get an entire bucket full. While I was picking onions, you can see Grammy is over here. She is picking some spinach. And Callie, what are you doing?
She's trying to cover my lima beans here.
Oh, Grammy's lima beans. She's trying to cover them up for her. You can see where we went through with the rototiller the other day. It looks really, really nice. We might have to come through again. Got some smaller weeds popping up. Grammy asked me to check and see if I find any bottoms on the red beets. Not yet. Yeah, oh, these look like there's a couple.
Oh, yeah?
No, not yet, Grammy. Not actually, you know what? This is what you're finding.
So about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 weeks if we get some rain. Maybe 3 that'll be good enough to harvest. Beautiful color though. Beautiful red beets. The deer like to eat them. Gotta keep the deer out of here. Now that we got our onions picked, we're gonna get them all cleaned up and then put them in the cooler inside the farm market. That way they can stay nice and fresh.
Dad, or should I roll down the hill again?
You can go roll down the hill if you want.
Okay.
Just a real quick dip for the onions. Try and get some of that surface dirt off.
Or welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. It's fun coming in the cooler and seeing stuff that we've been harvesting. A lot of lettuce and even more broccoli. Look at all that broccoli. You guys know this time of year with the greenhouses, the planting, the irrigation, working in these hot summers, the heat can get pretty brutal. One thing that's gonna help me out a ton this summer is the TORRAS COOLiFY Cyberfold. I've tried fans before, but this thing is completely different. It's actually a wearable cooling device that sits comfortably around your neck. And this thing actively cools you down instead of just blowing hot air around. One thing I really like about the Cyberfold is you can tighten it up to keep the cooling plates closer to your neck for maximum cooling, or loosen it a bit if you want more airflow while you work. Another thing that surprised me about this product is the size of the cooling plates. When you're wearing it, it feels like somebody's putting an ice cold can of soda on your neck. It's really nice. Some pretty cool underrated features about this. It's lightweight, that's super nice. It folds up when I'm not using it, and the battery gets me through some of the hottest parts of the day. I'm being completely honest with you, working with one of these in the greenhouses is a game changer. Today I'm working in the greenhouse, it's super hot, and I know this thing's gonna come in handy. Now, if you're looking for something that's even lighter, maybe a more compact option, there is the TORRAS COOLiFY 2S Pro. The only thing with this one is the cooling plates are not as large, but you do get a longer battery life, which will get you through an entire day. So if you're farming, gardening, or just mowing the lawn on a hot day, definitely check out these products. I highly recommend them. I'm gonna have links down in the description. And now we're gonna get back to work because we've got a lot to do. We got the onions picked, and now we've got a small crew of us inside the side-by-side. We've got Pop and Callie. We've got to go look at a few things. I believe we're gonna be doing some cultivating. We just need to see what needs to be cultivated. We have red beets planted here. It's just really weedy, so we're gonna go down and back with the cultivator. We just want to have a quick look at it. We got 4 rows all together, so that should be quick work, but it is a lot of weeds, unfortunately. Oh, look at the zucchini. Wow. And how about your potatoes?
They look nice.
What do you see there? That's corn out in tassel. Oh, you know what they say when you find corn in tassel?
You'll soon have sweet corn?
Oh, well, we have sweet corn by the 4th of July.
No, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, it'll be close. Sadly, won't be the 4th.
I'm wondering if you shouldn't use the 4-row.
I just would have to go back and forth a lot. But I don't think it'd be bad.
Well, I'm worried about the rows back up.
Yeah, the ones that are a little farther apart.
And the one right along the wheat.
I mean, I could just switch out to the 4-row once I'm done with the 2-row. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'll probably do that. And then what do I have here? Just the 12 rows, or do you want me to do the whole thing?
Down to right here. Well, here down, there's no weeds.
Yeah. So you just want me to do from these 2 small rows up?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll take care of it for you. So what we're looking at getting cultivated, we have some smaller cole crops. We have some red beets.
Those 4 rows too.
And then we have some sweet corn here that needs to be cultivated. And it's important to get the sweet corn cultivated because nobody likes to pick sweet corn when there's a bunch of weeds, right?
No.
Especially when it's a dewy morning, oh, you get soaking wet. Now, Dad, what do we have planted right here?
These are pickles right here. And cucumbers over there. Watermelon over there.
There's some cantaloupe.
No.
No?
That's acorn squash.
Oh,
butternut
man,
squash,
where's the cantaloupe?
spaghetti squash. It's on that end.
Oh, I just get confused sometimes. Oh, looky. Over there's the cantaloupe now. So we went from the watermelon and cantaloupe. This stuff looks beautiful. Boy, Callie, we're gonna have so much watermelon and cantaloupe to eat. I saw on the zucchini, little zucchinis. So very, very shortly we'll be out here picking zucchini. We went for a drive just to see what needed to be cultivated, and we ended up picking up a little produce on the way. In you go, 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 go. Now I've actually got quite a bit that needs to be cultivated, and we're gonna be using 2 different types of cultivators. I currently have the 2-row cultivator on right now, and what that's gonna be used for is stuff that we typically plant in double rows. So like the cabbage, broccoli, and kohlrabi that we recently planted, we are going to cultivate that with the 2-row cultivator. We've also got some strawberries out here in the field. They need to be cultivated as well, and I might be able to get the red beets done before lunch. So we're gonna be using our 2-row cultivator for that, and then the 4-row will be for the sweet corn. When it comes to jobs that have to be done on the farm, cultivating is definitely one of the most important ones, and it's one of my favorite jobs because this is one of the only tractor jobs that I get to do more often than not. Now, I'm using the 100 today. This tractor, it's a little smaller when it comes to power compared to the other tractors that we have, but it does great for this job because it's 2-wheel drive. It makes it a lot easier to spin around at the end of the rows. This tractor is great for jobs like this. We don't need to be pulling a lot of weight. We're not moving a lot of heavy implements. We just need to be spinning around and heading back the other way. And this is one of my favorite tractors, doing one of my favorite jobs. Everything seemed to go pretty smoothly when we were cultivating for those cole crops. Some of them were a little on the smaller side, so you do end up having to go a little bit slower, which will lead some people to not like cultivating, but it's just one of those things you need to watch out for. You don't want to be ripping plants out of the ground. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too happy with the way these red beets are looking. I don't know if we should have came through and cultivated more often, if it's the morning glory that's growing here or whatever the issue is, but these look pretty bad. Turned around at the end of the field and I decided to go back through them one more time. Anything I can do to try and clean these up a little bit. I am not happy with the way they look. Just got finished with cultivating. I wish it would have went a little bit better. Sad to say, in some of these areas the weeds have really taken over, but you know what, that's what you deal with sometimes when it comes to farming. I know we had a couple strawberries that we had planted here. I got those cultivated. We got our red beets cultivated, and we got the cole crops cultivated, and I got that all done just in time to head back to the farm for lunch. We're gonna head back, get something to eat, and then get hooked up to a different cultivator and get that sweet corn taken care of. I will say, being in the cab of this tractor, it's a lot warmer than I thought it was gonna be. This one doesn't have AC. Oh, it's got the natural type, but it's not working too well today. Lunchtime, lunchtime. Let's see what we were having. Ooh, it looks like we got some potato salad, chicken patties, veggies. It looks good to me. Once we got all finished off with lunch, I got the 2-row cultivator unhooked. I'm gonna be switching from this tractor to another one. We're gonna be parking this in the shop. This tractor works great with the 2-row cultivator. I just want something a little bit bigger for the 4-row. Well, we ended up having a little bit of a change of plans. I had intentions of running and hopping in one of the other tractors and getting the 4-row cultivator hooked up, but I don't think it's gonna work out because we've got another job we've been neglecting. And we picked the perfect time to do it because it's 102 degrees in the germination greenhouse. Yeah, it's hot in here. We got all of the cabbage seeded for our late planting. We got all of the cauliflower seeded for our late planting. But Dad, one of the most important things is left, and what is that?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. We need to get this broccoli seeded. We have all the trays already filled and ready to go. So we just need to get the seed flowing. Oh, this bag of dirt is wet. So that variety was Castle Dome. What's this?
Imperial.
Imperial. So he switched over from Castle Dome broccoli to Imperial broccoli, which is one of my favorites. And this is the last Imperial. Another variety of broccoli, all taken care of.
This is the hard one.
What's the hard one?
This one. It's big seed. Okay. In the 512, it gives me trouble.
Dad just finished off our last variety of broccoli, so we're all finished with seeding. We're looking at 16 trays of broccoli. And when we factor in how much broccoli that will be per tray, we're gonna say about 100 broccolis per tray. So we're looking to put down anywhere from 1,550 to 1,600 in that range of broccoli plants into our field. Now, the reason why I bring that up, a lot of my viewers are interested in sometimes how much it costs to grow certain things. And when it comes to broccoli, the one thing I will mention is that broccolis are heavy feeders. They love their fertilizer. They love that nitrogen, that phosphorus and potash. And that is one of the things that will drive your cost when it comes to raising broccoli. But one of the things people don't think about is the actual plant cost itself. Now, because we do all of the seeding ourselves, that drives the cost down like crazy. But if we were to purchase in every single plant that we would need, we're looking from anywhere to 45 to 55 cents per plant. And when you're planting thousands and thousands and thousands of different varieties of plants, that can get pretty costly. Now, although we haven't figured it that closely, we get the idea that we're spending about anywhere from 10 to 12 cents per plant that we are raising ourselves. And we're factoring in the greenhouse itself, the cost of the seed, the cost of the soil. It could be a little bit higher than that, but we were thinking somewhere around that range of 10 to 12 cents per plant. So that is saving us a lot of money. And that's important because when we stop and think about the fertilizing costs that we are gonna have, the cost to harvest the broccoli, the cost to cultivate the broccoli, I mean, as you just sit here and talk about all the different things that are needed to grow a crop like broccoli, the price can add up very, very quickly. And I think people, when they go to the store and they pick out a broccoli, whether they're at a big supermarket or at a local farm market, a lot of people don't get the idea of how much work really goes into that. Thankfully, a lot of the people in the local area get the idea that it is a lot of work to grow some of this stuff. So they do support us really well. Sometimes little mom and pop shops, little farm markets like ours, we can't always get the price down as low as some of these other places. And you know who usually takes care of us? The local people in the area. So a big shout out to the local customers, not only taking care of our farm market, but the other local farm markets in the area. I truly appreciate them, because without the people in the local area supporting us, it'd be pretty difficult to try and make ends meet. But when it comes to broccoli and it comes to all the costs that are in play, we could sit here and talk about it for hours. But one of the biggest cost savers that we find is seeding everything ourselves, even though it can be a lot of work. Another thing that doesn't get talked about is if you're purchasing plants in, it is a huge time save. And talk to any farmer, they'll tell you they're bad at calculating their time and how much their time is worth. A lot of farmers just enjoy what they do, so they almost don't see it as work. But if we were to get these plants in, it would save us a lot of time, but the cost is something we are trying to offset. By offsetting that cost, we're making raising a crop like broccoli a little bit more affordable, not only for us, but for the people in the local area. And there we have it, our late planting of broccoli, our late planting of cabbage, and then down here we have some late cauliflower. And this stuff is all looking a little dry, so we're gonna give everything a good drink. So just to keep in mind and kind of factor this in, when it comes to the broccoli, we're hoping to get anywhere from 2,000 to 2,400 pounds of broccoli. We're hoping for some big heads of broccoli, and with late season broccoli, you're usually able to get that. Now with the cabbage, it's a little different because we've got 60 flats of cabbage here, so 6,000 plants of cabbage. If we were able to average about 5 pounds of cabbage from every single head of cabbage, which is very, very doable in late season, we get some massive cabbage. We'd be looking at about 30,000 pounds of cabbage or 15 tons of cabbage. Yeah, when you say those numbers, it can sound kind of crazy, but this is what we're looking forward to. This is what we're hoping to get. I have people ask me all the time if they think it's worth it, you know, all this extra work that we put in to get this stuff. And I think when ultimately we come down to final costs and what it takes to have a farm like ours and take care of a family as big as ours, I think all these extra things that we do really do add up. Buying in the plants would be a lot easier. Buy the plants in and get the planting. But since we start a lot of this stuff ourselves, the quality is there, and the cost-saving benefits are there. So if you were to ask me if I think it's worth it to do all this, to raise these crops, I'd say yeah, every single thing we raise on the farm, we put a little extra effort into. And some stuff you don't make near as much money on, but there are other things where you will make a little bit more profit. We never want to take away from the quality of what we raise, but sometimes if we just change the way we do things, it can make the crop even better, not only for us, but for the people that get to enjoy it. And on that note, I've done enough math for today, and I'm tired of being in this greenhouse. It is still 100 degrees. Oh, it was hot in there. I was thinking of some jobs I could do next. I think we've got like 7 baskets of eggs that need to be graded, so I'm gonna grade eggs for a while. I was over there looking at the strawberries, and all I could think about was a strawberry milkshake.
I want a strawberry pie the end of the week.
Oh, fresh strawberry pie.
Fresh strawberry pie. That's my goal.
That might be doable.
If this works out, we might be needing 3 or 4 more greenhouses.
Just for strawberries? Or for the other stuff that you plan on doing?
Cucumbers, zucchini, peppers.
Oh my, all right, that's enough. Let's not get too crazy.
We might become the indoor veggie boys.
The greenhouse boys.
Yeah.
Just got finished with grading eggs. Dad and I were able to get 3 full boxes. Dad loves grading eggs. It's his favorite job, he told me.
I do.
Calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't spill it. Thank you. Here you go, buddy. There you go. Y'all done? A little bit more in there? And you're all done with that one. Thank you. Alrighty, alrighty. I just made it home. The kids are asking for a bath, but I gotta show you what Mommy made for dinner. Oh, beef stew. I am super excited and I am super hungry. But now that I am home and I am hungry, that means this is where we're gonna end the video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.